Welcome to College Smart Radio, helping you understand the true cost of college and tackle the runaway costs of financing a college education. College Smart Radio is hosted by Beatrice Schultz, a certified financial planner and founder of Westface College Planning. Now, here's your host for College Smart Radio, Beatrice Schultz.
As college costs inflate and college choices expand, college students frequently flee to other states in order to avoid high California tuition and board or to explore other opportunities. While your child studies elsewhere, you're left to deal with sending money or managing online shopping for their extras, birthdays, and other gifts. What if you could avoid the hassle and order gifts directly from your smartphone or be picked up by your hard-working student? On today's College Smart Radio program, we're going to discuss how the process of gift giving has changed in today's mobile environment with my guest, Simona Martin from Yiftee, a mobile gift giving app and website. Hi, I'm Beatrice Schultz. Welcome to our weekly show, College Smart Radio, where we help you tackle the runaway costs of a college education. Our show is all about bringing up-to-date and practical advice to parents who are dealing with the cost of a college education for their kids. With some private schools costing over $60,000 a year, a UC costing close to $35,000, and a California State University running $25,000, parents need more help than ever. We bring you that help by sharing ways to pay less, tapping into financial aid, and prioritizing your source of funds to make sure you get through the most expensive years of your life. Based on my own education and experience, I share my insights with you week in and week out. I'm a certified financial planner and the owner of the San Carlos-based college planning business, Westface College Planning. I host educational workshops on college planning and consult with parents on a daily basis. And I bring in experts in many areas of the college process. From counselors, financial aid officers, student coaches, parents, and even students, you'll learn firsthand the ins and outs of how to pay for college and survive financially. In addition to our show, you can find lots of powerful information at our website, collegesmartradio.com. We have many articles with up-to-date information on navigating the waters of paying for the runaway costs of college. We have a monthly e-newsletter full of content about college planning. We also have posted a glossary of key terms used in the world of college planning, terms like total cost of attendance, FAFSA, net price calculator, and so forth. And we have a link to our free community parent workshops and webinars that I host to teach parents about how to pay for college and how the financial aid system really works. Let's get started with today's show. If you know a student who's away at college, or if you've been one yourself, you know what a treat it is to receive a gift from family or friends who are thinking about you back home. Times have changed since I was in college 30 years ago, and a welcome to care package only came in the form of a check in the mail or a package of cookies sent a few weeks ago from home. My guest on today's College Smart Radio program is Simona Hodek Martin, Head of Business Marketing and PR for Yiftee. Yiftee is a mobile gifting app and website that enables people to send gifts to friends, relatives, and colleagues instantly from their smartphone or computer. Simona directs Yiftee's Campus Care Package program, and she's in the studio with us today to talk about how gifting works today. Hi, Simona. Welcome to College Smart Radio.
Hi, Beatrice. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks so much for joining us. So talk to me a little bit about this Yiftee's Campus Care Package program. What's it about and who needs it and how did it even get started?
Well, I think every college student needs it and every college parent should know about it. So basically what Yiftee's done is we've updated the age-old tradition of sending care packages to their college students by allowing parents and relatives to really effortlessly send gifts to those students. So, be it a double espresso when they're preparing for a test or a tie because they forgot to bring one from home and there's a dance coming up on Saturday night, anything really can be sent through a Yiftee gift to a college student.
So how do you let the college students know about it? Or, I mean, you say it's a campus care program, so is it through the colleges? How does it kind of get set up? Or which students can do it? Can they do it from anywhere? Are there certain colleges that have them close by? We
have almost all private colleges on our website, so you can go to our website at yiftee.com and go to universities, and you're able to find the university based on alphabetical order. And so as you click on it, you'll be able to see all the merchants that we have available near on or about that university within a 5-mile radius. And so you can choose, whether it's a cafe for a coffee or a restaurant for lunch or a department store for clothing, anything that, is on that website, you can choose to send a gift to your student from.
And is there a maximum amount of dollars that have to be spent, or how does it work? Is it a set amount of dollars, or is it actually an item that you would buy and have the student pick up?
That's a great question. So depending on the merchant, some merchants actually will highlight certain gifts, and you can see them on the website, and you can see a picture of what it is. So you can either send to them that gift, or you can you can build a gift essentially and designate a dollar amount that you want to send. And it can be anything from $5 to $200.
So I was a recipient of a Yiftee gift because when I asked Simona to be on my show, she sent me a gift and it was for a local San Carlos merchant called Olive Crush. And it was great. Well, first of all, I saw it online. It was a store that is literally 2 miles from my house, and I wasn't even familiar with. So I recognized from a college perspective, it might also introduce some of these college kids to some of the merchants they don't know. Now, I went in, I selected a olive balsamic vinegar combo for that gift. Do you always have to go to the merchant and pick up the gift, or could you sometimes have it shipped? Is there any shipping possible, or is that not the model of how it works?
So the beauty of it is it actually helps. So aside from it being a very easy way to send a gift, it engages the recipient with the local merchant in their area. And we find that especially for college students, they can tend to become very insulated within their university. And so it really encourages interaction between the students and the outside community so that they can really get to know the merchants around and the merchants really get to know them. So it's not just a separation of those are the university students and this is our community. It really brings them together. So the gift recipient, to answer your question specifically, does always go in and pick up the gift.
Okay.
That's the model. That's really what we're hoping to encourage.
Well, I think it's a great model and also a great model for merchants because some of the people who are listening on our show right now may be merchants that are close to college environments, or here in the Bay Area, we've got a lot of colleges who may be interested in also learning a little bit about how they could be part of the Yiftee program. Exactly.
And we would love for all of them to be part of the Yiftee program. It's actually very easy. I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but
no, go ahead.
It's very easy for them to sign up and become a featured merchant. And before I tell you how they do that, the benefit of being a featured merchant is they actually get top billing on our website. So when you go search, like I did for where your office is in San Carlos, I put in the address and I saw immediately what was within 1/10 of a mile, 1/4 of a mile, half mile out to 5 miles of your office. And so when I do that, the top billing goes to our featured merchants, and those are the ones who show up on top. So they get a lot of free views. It's essentially free advertising for the merchants. So they can claim themselves on our website. They get the top billing. They can once they're a featured merchant, they can put the special gifts on if they want to do that. So really to highlight some of their, bestseller items or some of their specialties if they're a restaurant, something like that. And it's super easy for them to sign up. They get on our website. It takes about 30 seconds, claim themselves on the website, and we verify, and they're on, and that's it. It's free. It's easy.
Well, a link to the Yiftee website will be available on my College Smart Radio website, but just in case we've got some listeners with a computer in front of them right now, spell it for me, Yiftee.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's Yiftee, Yiftee, as in yippee, I got a Yiftee, gifty.
Okay, great.
And it's pretty nifty.
Okay, perfect. So Yiftee.com, just for anyone who may be listening in and wants to check out how they could be a merchant that could be part of the business, which would be great also. Now, for our typical grandma who might want to send something to their student, I'm guessing students are having no trouble understanding how this works. How hard is it for grandma to figure out if she wants to send a tie to Junior so that he looks good at his prom?
Yeah, you're so right. Actually the students it's like they're born with smartphones in their diaper. So they do know what to do. And what I'm finding actually is that a lot of grandmas are some of our biggest campus gifters. They're very excited about this because they're able to really connect with the student in a new way. Where, like you said, when you opened, it used to be a box of crumbled stale cookies that would show up, and that was it, and they'd say, yeah, thanks, Grandma, and that would be the end of it. But now they can actually have an instant connection, so they may have spoken to the student on the phone and they were feeling homesick or something like that, and they can instantly send them something. So after the phone hangs up, within 30 seconds, they can send them a gift. So for Grandma, she can get either on her computer, which is probably the easiest way to do it from home, and sign on to Yiftee.com. Super easy. All she has to provide is her email address and a password. And then she goes to the university section, finds the university where the student is attending, and she can see all of the merchants that are in that area and search what she really would like to send to them. So whether it's food related, like a healthy lunch, because she knows he's probably there only eating pizza and top ramen, or if it's something else, like maybe a warm scarf or a warm sweater because they're far away in the north or something like that. So she chooses the gift, puts in the recipient. She needs either their mobile phone number for text or their email address, or if she happens to be one of those fortunate grandparents who are friended on Facebook, she can send it through Facebook also.
Oh, so even just you can do it through a phone number, doesn't even have to be an email. So that's a great process. Now, for the who does a person who's giving the gift have to pay a little fee in order to use your service? Where are there any fees in the service, either for the recipient or for the giver?
Mm-hmm. So the only fee involved at all is a convenience fee, relatively small convenience fee for the giver.
For the giver,
The giftee doesn't pay anything. The merchant doesn't pay anything to Yiftee.
Okay. And then that just comes out of if they choose an item, then there's a convenience fee that's added onto it. So much
That's
less
right.
than your typical shipping, waiting around, mail, even paying for stamps to ship something out. So that sounds like a pretty good plan. So let's talk a little bit about, so you talked a little bit about possibly student job opportunities. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about what students can do to with Yiftee?
Yes, absolutely. So as a part of the program, we are trying to recruit campus ambassadors at all the various universities to help promote Yiftee to the merchants. So really encourage the merchants to sign on as featured merchants because that's a real benefit to them. So we're offering a position, we're looking for one in every university, so there's plenty of jobs to go around. So if anyone has anyone out there, any student who's looking for a flexible position where they make their own hours, be their own boss, are interested in marketing communications, really anything, anyone who is not shy to go out there and connect with the merchants in their area would be a great candidate for us.
If you've just joined us, my guest on today's College Smart Radio show is Simona Martin, head of Yiftee's Business Marketing and PR. Yiftee is a mobile gifting app and website, and Simona directs their Campus Care Package program. You're with us on College Smart Radio. We'll be right back after a break.
For more information on today's topic, visit collegesmartradio.com or call area code 650-587-1559. College Smart Radio continues in moments on AM 1220 KDOW. Contact Beatrice Schultz at collegesmartradio.com or call 650-587-1559. Now back to College Smart Radio with your host Beatrice Schultz on AM 1220 KDOW.
Welcome back to College Smart Radio, where we help you tackle the runaway costs of college. I'm Beatrice Schultz. We all know that college is expensive and will most likely be some of the most costly years for a family. Understanding how to navigate the college cost is a smart thing to know. To help parents beyond this radio show, I host community workshops live and via webinar several times a month that explain the cost of various colleges, how the financial aid system works, and things to consider to prepare yourself for this tremendous expense. To learn more and reserve your seat, go to my website at collegesmartradio.com. If you've just joined us, I've been talking with my guest, Simona Martin of Yiftee, a mobile gifting app and website. And Simona and I have been talking a little bit about the Yiftee site and the whole way that gifting has changed since we were gifting back or sending things to our college kids 30 years ago. We talked a little bit, Simona, about how the grandmother sends the gift, but what does it look like for the student? What do they receive and how do they go about redeeming the gift?
Yeah, so it's exactly how you experienced your gift when I sent it to you after we last met. You got a text or an email or maybe a Facebook post saying you got a Yiftee from Simona Martin. And you take a look at it, you click on the text, you on the link, and you're asked to accept the gift. And of course, you're going to say, yes, I want the gift. Thank you. And you click on that and a single-use digital MasterCard shows up for you. And it looks just like a MasterCard that you might have in your wallet. And you take that on your smartphone. You take your smartphone with that on your screen into the merchant and pay for whatever it is you're buying at the merchant store with that. So all they have to do is key in the 16-digit code and you're done.
Let's talk a little bit about how is this Yiftee different than traditional gift cards, which you can now do electronically also. or even buying Groupon type gifts?
Thanks for asking that, Beatrice. So, with your question about Groupon, it's it's really quite different. It's neither does it require a group, nor is it a coupon. It's a full price gift that is brought into the merchant's store, so the merchant gets to get the full price for the product that they're selling.
Yeah, and for those of us who are listening and may not be familiar with Groupon, it truly is a discounted purchase. I guess I brought it up as an example, but very different than what this Yiftee is. Truly a single purchase, has nothing to do with being part of a group to make the purchase.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as it being a gift card, it indeed is that, and it's actually more. So it can be a gift card for virtually any merchant in the country. You don't have to be a large chain store to have gift cards. You can use, any store can use a Yiftee, or any person can send a Yiftee to any store. It does expire, unlike gift cards that often get stuffed in a drawer somewhere and are never to be seen for 3 or 4 years. It expires in 28 days, which actually might be changing for us soon, and goes back to the giftor.
Well, I think that's very valuable for the giftor, because they're thinking, if my son, if he doesn't go and buy that tie, in fact, he's not going to go to that store. That's a big concern about the gift. For sure, a big concern about gift cards, that they just sit around or they get lost, or even electronic cards get lost. So that is a great feature. And if you get a note back that says your money's been refunded, then I guess as a gifter, you can give them a call and say, hey, I'm going to send it to you again if you want to, but you know that you're not going to lose out on that money.
Exactly. And it's great for the merchants, too, because they're not holding these gift cards that are sitting in people's drawers on their books for 3 or 4 years.
And Yiftee doesn't have to hold it too long either. Just the 28 days or whatever amount of days is reasonable.
Exactly.
And I did think about that when I received the Yiftee. I thought, I've got to get down to the store. I've got to get down to the store. Oh, no, I need to get down to the store. So probably 28 days is a little bit short for some. I guess you guys will figure that out. So this gifting, we're talking very much about the technical aspects of it. But it's really, I see families and I see tears when I talk to parents who are excited about their kids' offers, but a little nervous about them even just going down to Southern California or going across country. So I think the emotional connection, and you guys see that as a big, nice part of this Yiftee, that you can immediately send those.
Exactly. What we're finding is parents and students, but mostly parents, let's face it, are really missing the emotional connection with their child. Their child is off and doing their own thing, making their own friends, and so on. And the parents are really, wanting somehow to have some sort of a connection with them, let them know they're thinking about them, make sure they're eating well, make sure they're wearing clean underwear, whatever it is. And, it's a way to maybe have a conversation with them, hear what they need, and be able to provide it for them instantaneously.
And I like that you can do it for small amounts.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be a $50 gift. It can be, and actually, I don't know, is there a minimum? I know that my gift was a $10 olive oil, which was lovely.
Oh, well, I didn't skimp on you.
But is there a smallest amount that you can offer as a gift?
Yeah, the smallest amount is $5,
okay.
And it goes up to $200 right now.
I think that's a nice number sometimes if you just want to let someone know that you're thinking about you, but you don't want to break the bank necessarily to give them that gift.
That's right. Exactly. And, when we're talking about parents and students, it also gives the parent, some comfort in knowing where the money's being spent.
So you talk about featured merchants a little bit earlier on in the show, and you said you've got thousands and thousands of them. Who are these featured? I mean, who are the merchants? I mean, what kind of merchants do you have out there? Maybe you can talk a little bit about the merchants that are available.
Well, if you go to our website at Yiftee.com, you'll find 2 million merchants on our site. 25,000 of those are featured merchants. And most of those, what you'll find is that they're local businesses, not chain stores, mom and pop type businesses, businesses who normally wouldn't be able to have gift cards, things like that. Businesses that are really looking for local foot traffic. They're pillars in their community. They're on downtown streets, little malls, things like that. And we're providing a service for them that they're not getting really anywhere else.
Well, and for the merchants, they don't have to offer any kind of discount. And I think that's what I heard you say. It's just to buy the products at the price at the shop. It gets people into the shop and makes a purchase.
Absolutely no discount. That's right.
And you said you got $25,000 or $25,000, 25 1,000 featured merchants. And earlier on, you had said that if someone wanted to be a featured merchant, that simply means that they have registered with the site and they're familiar with how the process works. Is that how it works again?
That's exactly right. Yeah, there's no other commitment other than to register on the site. They get moved up on the search to the top of the, above the bar, as we say, or above the fold. And they get to feature special gifts.
And so would special gifts also be discounts? Like, are there any kind of coupons on the site, such as $25 off lunch, or that's not really what the model's about?
That's not really what the model's about, but we do enable merchants to send, for example, holiday promotions to their best customers or their email list using Yiftees, and we're actually in the process of doing that with a number of merchants right now. So
would a merchant have the email address only if someone had come in and purchased had purchased an item in their store, or how would they, once they make a purchase, they would have access to it, or is that part of the service as a merchant, that they would have access to the local student contacts or the givers that are giving in their community?
They would not. That would violate our privacy issues.
About that. Yeah.
So, we hold those very closely, and we don't sell those lists. So the merchant has access to the consumer when they come in, and if they want to make a different connection with them, they have their ways of doing that. They're very creative.
So tell me a little bit about Yiftee. How long has it been around? How long's Yiftee been around? How long has it been? I know we're talking about the college specific, but what other ways is Yiftee used?
So, Yiftee's been around for a year. We launched last December. We are a startup. We got our first round of funding in January, and we're going through Series A funding now, and we're doing great. We have lots of consumers, and as you heard, we have lots of merchants. Yiftee's not only being used as a campus care program, although it's a really great way to use it. You can send a Yiftee to anyone for any reason. You want to just say, hey, I'm thinking of you. You want to say, happy birthday. I missed your birthday. Oh, my gosh, you're in New York and I'm in San Francisco, and I want to send you a glass of champagne for your birthday. I can do that. People use it. Companies use it for customer love. Companies use it for employee appreciation. We also have a new unique feature. It's called an API that enables other applications to gift enable their apps.
So when you think about, or when we're listening to our listeners who are now grandma, mom and dad, thinking, hey, I got to take care of my kids a little bit, give me some examples of what are the gifts that tend to be the most popular.
Oh, wow.
That you're seeing, or you see a fair amount.
Well, so let me see. I think I just saw a recent statistic. It's 80 or 90% of our gifts are actually sent to local merchants, small merchants, not chains, not big companies. And most of those gifts are, when it's, restaurant, it's cafes, it's usually a cafe latte or a double espresso, a glass of beer, a glass of champagne, a glass of wine.
So it often is close to that $5 limit.
Many of them, but then we've also seen, with the launch of the campus care program, grandmas sending rather large gifts to their college students, to go down to Apricot Lane and buy themselves an outfit and that kind of thing. So maybe it's a sweater, maybe it's a pair of socks. It's really pretty varied.
Well, thank you so much for sharing everything about Yiftee. And the website, Yiftee.com, is available on my website, collegesmartradio.com. Simona, thank you so much for joining us on College Smart Radio today.
Thank you so much for having me and for the opportunity to talk to you about Yiftee.
Thanks. Well, that wraps up another weekly show of College Smart Radio. We hope you picked up some new information today that helps you figure out ways to manage the runaway costs of college. You can hear us each week here on KDOW, 1220 AM, Saturdays at 3 p.m. We promise to bring you up-to-date information from the front lines of helping parents deal with the most expensive years of their lives. For a link to a podcast of this show and our prior weekly shows, go to our website, collegesmartradio.com. In addition to the podcast, you'll also find a schedule of our upcoming shows. Also, plan to join us at one of our upcoming Westface College Planning workshops and webinars. You can do so from the show's website, collegesmartradio.com. This is Beatrice Schultz. Thanks for tuning in to College Smart Radio. We look forward to sharing more helpful information with you next week.
You've been listening to College Smart Radio with certified financial planner Beatrice Schultz. If you have questions on today's topic, log on to collegesmartradio.com or call area code 650-587-1559. That's 650-587-1559. And join us next week at this time for another edition of College Smart Radio on AM 1220 KDOW.